Hey, Brenda. This is an answer to your question about your coordinating youth ministry. And Brenda asks, this is her first time coordinating youth ministry or confirmation at her parish. What are the do's and don'ts? A lot of good answers here on Facebook. There's a lot to write down, so I thought I'd just make you a quick video and send it to you. Three things for you. The first word is process, and we're going to talk language. Right? I changed the language of my parish. First thing is process, application, and discernment. Process, application, discernment. The first thing I did was change the language from receiving confirmation, getting confirmation, to entering into a process of confirmation preparation. So I wanted to shift the mindset to say this is not just something you do and something you get to check off the box. This is a process, and there's an end result. There's a transformation at the end of that. And the analogy I use with this is, if you're familiar with the United States Marine Corps, I share this with them too, is that when a recruit goes into boot camp, right, they are not Marines. They go through a process and then become Marines when they graduate. So I wanted them to have this concept that they're entering into a process. And that if they don't complete the process, then they're not confirmed, right? That they're not Marines, they're not confirmed. So that eliminates all the, well, if I miss a day, or, I have a conflict of volleyball. And I always tell myself, so if does the Marine go to the drill sergeant and say, I just can't make it today? No, they enter in from the time you enter boot camp to the time you graduate. It's a 13-week process. However long your process is, it could be once a month for a year, who knows? But I start talking about the process of confirmation preparation. Changed everything. The second thing I did is I eliminated the words registration. We now have an application, right? We now apply to the process of confirmation. Very important. So within that application, a couple things I, ask them. And again, this is not to weed people out. We're actually trying to find a way to get them into more involved in church, right? You'll have children who are well catechized and pretty much ready for confirmation. And then you get the kids who come out of the woodwork and they need to be evangelized. So we have an application and we have a couple questions. I asked the children to write a paragraph on. I also asked the parents to write a paragraph as well. So specific questions. So I get a feel for where they are in their spiritual journey. Then what happens, depending on what that looks like, if they don't really know what they're doing there, if they don't really understand what it's all about, I'll say, look, you're not ready for formal preparation. So we're gonna put you on a informal preparation so that next year you'll be ready, right? I'm gonna give them a vision, cast that vision about when they'll be ready to enter formal confirmation preparation. And then so the ones that are informal, I just throw them in a youth group for a year. Why? I want them involved in church. I want them involved in other youth. I want them have them around church so that we can be there to evangelize them over time. So if they are catechized and they're ready for formal preparation, I then invite them into a night of discernment. And the night of discernment, again, it's not registration, it's praying, and I should lay out the expectations. As somebody said, the dates, I'll put that on a piece of paper they can take with them. But it's all about, and the homily, the talk I give, and the prayer, which includes at the very end about 15, 20 minutes of Eucharistic adoration. So you got to have your priest on board or deacon. And I ask them to prayerfully consider, is this the right time to enter the process? Because it's a commitment. And we talk about discipleship, and I talk about commitment means, are you willing to put aside your volleyball tournament to make this? Are you willing to take up your cross? Are you willing to tell your teacher, look, I can't make XYZ, extracurricular activity because I need to be here for church, which is a form of evangelization. So these are the three words, application, right? We apply to the process, formal process, informal process. And the last one is discernment. And I can talk more about this later if you're interested. But I find when I started that, I got in the mindset of the parents and shifted. And what that did on the back end for me was it eliminated the responsibility of me trying to make things fit for them. It forced them to fit into what we were doing. It forced them to mentally say, yes, I'm going to engage or not. Because later on down the line, when somebody's like, well, I can't be here for confirmation, I'm like, oh, so I would just say, have very lovingly, so you're backing out of the confirmation, so you don't want to be confirmed this year. Oh, no, I do want to be confirmed. Okay, so in the very beginning, to enter the process, what were the requirements? And I asked them, and they have to reiterate to me and retell me what the process is. Okay, so it sounds like you have a choice. I tell the parents that it sounds like you're making a choice. Well, I'm really sorry. This is the process. And what I found is being firm and loving, just like everybody else has requirements, all our sports teams, music teams, right? We as Catholics, I was able to be firm and say, hey, this is what we have. Now, mind you, if Great Aunt Sally died and she was the closest, godmother to, the new confirmandi, I get it. Yes, okay, those are extreme circumstances. However, those three things, application, process, and discernment, did wonders for me. I hope this video's helped. If you need any other help, reach out. I'll be here. A lot of years experience, just fun to do. And I wish you, God bless you. All right, we'll talk to you then. Bye.